Hello and welcome back to Master Gradius Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. Now, there's something interesting about the crafting. How do I engage the crafting menu?
I would let an Orc 500 yards of my loving nature.
Oh, this is the log or the journal. And we have, you know, all these quests.
No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Sailor, what news from the mainland?
And don't forget the time he got news here. Zombies, skeletons, you know the story.
Is that why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I would let an Orc 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst. Ever heard about the time the captain took the Duchess?
No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
There's always good things in these chests.
And don't forget the time he got caught.
But it looks like we're blocked by this rope.
Is that why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Really? The greatest warriors in Rivellon can't cross a rope?
That loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky.
That's pretty funny.
I would let an Orc 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever heard about the time the captain took
Okay, we can right-click something and say combine
No,
with.
it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
She can't combine it with anything.
and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Wizard Council's boy.
Is that why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm.
Okay, I need more crafting ability.
Let an Orc 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever heard about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride?
No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Wizard Council's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I would let an Orc 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever heard about the
There
time
appears no way to break this rope. Let's launch a spell at it.
No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
don't forget the time he got caught passing a love
I didn't think so.
note to his wife?
Why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky
Alright, let's
charm
keep
loves
going.
him.
We'll be leaving as soon as we're...
Good on you. These bossmen respect company. Honest fare for an honest day.
Size seal, shiver me timbers.
Isn't that a good thing?
Keep your pleasantries to yourself. What are you doing inside this warehouse, snooping around? If it's conversation you're looking for, I'd recommend my comrade Florius, or as I prefer to call him, Loose Lips McGee. As for myself, my job is to protect this warehouse, not chit-chat with intruders. That idiot man-child would sooner spend an hour chatting up a thief than a minute arresting him. I only hope he gets transferred out of this warehouse and straight to the perimeter. Let him rot off as zombies here instead of mine. Nah, even thinking of him turns one into a gabbing hen. Please, leave me be.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Curtius, proud protector of this house of Legion goods. Curtius is my name. The Legion is my calling.
What's in that room exactly?
This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And I, Sergeant Curtius, have been trusted to guard it.
The first wand I've seen.
One day, Moira.
Does Gradius even need a wand? I don't know. Maybe they're really powerful in this game, but his staff has been doing a lot of damage. Why is it -5?
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Guard duty's not so bad, hey?
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace.
Just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he
One
says.
day, Moira.
We are
One
colleagues,
day
nothing
you'll show
more.
'em all.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
Alright, you know, I didn't like this in the last game and they kept it in the first game, which is, you know, like only one party member can really have all the money to make it easier to, you know, you assign one person. Therefore, Gradius is going to give his money to Claudine and his equipment that can be sold, and just she's gonna do all those transactions.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Curtius, proud protector of this House of Legion goods.
What's in that room oh no, we already know. Well, we
This
don't.
is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps.
Okay. We want to get in there at some point. If it's glowing, if it's red like this when you hover over a basket, that means if you take something it would be considered stealing. Even opening a door is bad policy.
Well, a source hunter. About time the council took us seriously. Maybe you can start with the two idiots hiding their pet orc here.
Nonsense. Listen. She's purring, the darling.
What fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore?
That's a little distracting. What's going on here?
Ah, who better than a proven orc crusher to convince my dumbbell of a friend here that orcs are predators, not pets?
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely docile. But my prejudiced friend here still wants to kill her.
Interesting. So wands have multiple abilities. They do damage. They represent a earth, air, fire, water, one of those elements. And this one allows you to summon a wolf.
This place reeks of orc stench.
Interesting. I prefer my spider to the wolf anyway.
Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge Ninius's idiotic obsessions. But now we're needed at our posts, I can hardly believe I've been wasting time protecting an orc when I should be running them through.
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts. He hasn't enjoyed a woman's touch in quite some time now. It makes him a bit edgy.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw shanked brutally through the throat. I'll take my chances as a bachelor, thanks.
What's this about a charmed orc?
My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady? For a brief second, as long as eternity, we locked eyes. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her. A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly enamored. I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat. She may be confined here for now, but who's telling when she'll escape and who she'll rip to shreds?
Tell me more about the love potion.
I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I had to act fast or lose the once-in-a-lifetime deal. I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake oil and bringing a temporarily tranquilized monster into our midst to boot.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting, as printed.
His name is Ninius. Let me tell you what I think.
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can reason with him, or ditch reason and use your sword to shave him from his murderous darling.
Not all orcs are brutes. Let her live. If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove to be a source of valuable information.
Let her live. If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove to be a source of valuable information.
You would trust a quack magazine from youthful gore? She's clearly liable to snap at any minute.
You would trust a quack magazine from youthful gore? She's clearly liable to snap at any minute.
Show 'em all.
Don't you want to see whether... Oh, let me see if she'll say it.
Don't you want to see whether or not this experiment proves successful? A real working love potion. Think of the possibilities.
I ordered a similar love potion from youthful gore before, you know. And since you obviously have no special affection for me, I think we can conclude the advertisements just don't deliver.
Oh!
No. We'll do as I say.
Bravo! I trust not only the potion, but my scaly sweetheart in and of herself.
You're going to regret this. We're all going to regret this.
Oh! Mm. No! Too bad indeed. Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love. Ha! When this little charm fades, she'll liberate the flesh.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock. Nothing worse than being stuck on land. The floor's just too damn steady.
Size sail, shiver me timbers and sliver me heels.
You never know what you'll find in these crates. We already found a healing spell, that's pretty good. This is new. guess we can go straight to the crime scene. No, we can't.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear!
Cheese, tomatoes.
Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know.
Are you in the habit of stealing?
I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal.
This is going to be interesting.
So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
They quiver in their mouldy boots.
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Yeah, let's not do that rock, paper, scissors game. It takes way too long, so we'll agree.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man a fish. This man should learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
I suppose you've got a point. Another day, another rumbling belly. Fed a hungry man, you know.
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path. Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sicil need is a thief among them.
Come on, you chickens!
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
This here is our resident alchemist and healer.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
I don't like that 5-turn cooldown.
Well, hello there.
She doesn't have what I'm looking for, which is basically just a light heal.
Let's see. Halibut,
We can't afford it
sheep's
anyway.
cheese, tomatoes.
She has a lot of good stuff though. A ring kit, that's new. Empty grenades, empty canisters.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Red and orange.
That's a powerful wand.
The finest veggies Sicil's ever seen.
I'm straight. I'm true. Harry's
We need to be making money at this point, not spending it.
quiet day on the market, it seems.
A good day to you.
Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little stroll around the market, isn't it?
Pay the big cheese on your bluff with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses. Not in the mood for cheese.
We need to speak to Aureus, but while we're here, we should speak to...
Well, Mayor Cecil will be happy to see the likes of a source hunter. Welcome to the Town Hall of Sicil.
Pay the big cheese on your bluff with a wheel of the...
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you. My elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Sicil, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Sicil through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed. What? Oh, you mean Sicil? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the Orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Sicil. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon. What of what now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish. Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me. His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. Jake, murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure. An all right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor.
Okay, and that's about all the time we have, so we'll continue the conversation in the next video.